leave it to me to find a cigar so new that I can't actually figure out everything that's in it. But it is, or it was, the month of Habanos until I messed it up. And even though we're in August, we're still doing Habanos, Fingers Malloy.
I thought it was the festival of Habanos.
It could be that too. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. We had a whole bunch of Habanos to get to in the month of July, and I was like, I messed one up in between where we didn't do that, but that's all right because it's cigar smoking, and good times are good times.
It was the AJ Fernandez, right?
Yeah, the New World, the Decennial, correct.
Yeah, that's right.
A glorious, glorious smoke. AJ Fernandez, New World Decennial, their 10th anniversary, DECENIO. You should check that out. But this is from Catelli. This is the Boxare Habano. This is a nice box press, 6x52, which means it is 6 inches long. Always makes Fingers Malloy laugh. That's a new one right there. And the ring gauge is a 52. That's the diameter of the cigar or how thick it is around. Again, with the laughter. So a 64 ring gauge is a full 1 inch around. 52 is where we like it to be, certainly for me. And we are both huge fans of the box press. Now, sometimes you get a soft box press. Sometimes you get a box press that quite literally has crease marks. This is somewhere in between. That is much more of a true box press right there. Rocky Patel does a box press that has this kind of feel to it. The edges are there, but it's not going to cut you if you're on the corner. Nice presentation, a beautiful, beautiful muddy kind of brown in there. You can actually see the leaf. It's got some veining. The cap is a little peculiar. And just how it was wrapped, but I'm about to cut that, so it doesn't matter. What you just started smoking?
Yeah. First of all, the box press is box pressy enough to where if you sat it on a golf cart, it would not roll off.
Yeah, which is a great way to look at your box pressiness.
Yes.
By the way, that's a new term for us. Put that in the dictionary. We've got wiffle ball bat.
Yes.
We've got beefy.
Uh-huh.
I think we had something else. I can't remember it right now. And box pressiness.
Box pressiness.
We're slowly writing a book over the 7 years of this podcast. We have 3 terms.
I think it's 8.
Over 8 years, 3 terms. Our ratio went down.
So do you feel like it's a little light in the hand?
Yes.
Just a little
Not
bit.
overly.
No.
You're correct. A little. A shtickle of lightness.
A shtickle of lightness. Something else in the lexicon. Also, though, I believe that the box press kind of cancels that out. If in my mind, just because
the way it feels,
just the way it feels in the hand, the box press kind of
the
cancels
physical
out.
hand feel versus the heft hand feel.
Exactly.
Right. Also, this has a little bit of a shaggy foot to it. So when you see the tobacco from the wrapper come over the foot, remember you're lighting from the foot, you're cutting from the cap end. That can be seen as a shaggy foot. It has a couple of different pieces of terminology to it. I happen to like the look of that. I don't know if I really get a better cigar smoke out of it, but I like the look out of it. I'm going to light mine. Tell me what you're getting.
So I just lit this about 5 minutes ago, and what I got on the light, and it's still there, is a nice little bit of cedar and some pepper. That's it. I'm hoping that we're going to get a little bit more of that as we get a little bit more than just that as we get into the first third of the cigar. But that's where I'm at right now. Now, you just lit it.
Just lit that. You heard me do it right there. Dude, cedar's a winner. That is exactly where you're at. Wood is there, starting at the back of the tongue, then hits the front of the tongue, working its way through. So, honestly, go lick a piece of wood. Like it's right there. The taste is like when you open up a well-seasoned humidor for the first time. Yeah. That's what it is.
Exactly.
The taste is that smell.
Let me see what it's like on the retrohale.
Oh, you are just now bragging. You're bragging. You're really a bad person.
A little bit of cocoa on the retrohale. Having said that, I just checked a day or two ago our YouTube channel. You can find us over at YouTube. Just look for Eat, Drink, Smoke. And people are imploring you on YouTube to figure out a way to learn how to retrohale.
You want me to try it right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I'll try it right now.
Let me zoom in on you right now.
It's not. We don't have Zoom features.
Here we go. All right, he's going in.
You guys know what a retrohale is? A retrohale is when you inhale and you exhale through the nose, right? Your nose has so many more capabilities of picking up flavors and fragrances. You really get a different experience with the cigar. Every time I try to retrohale, I slowly die. It's not attractive. It's like watching an old man choke on soup in a deli. Here.
I thought you were going to say it's like an old man choking on Crystal Pepsi. It's a little inside joke for the kids.
Nope. Can't do it.
Oh.
Cannot. You know what? I'm fine with that. I'm still a man. I'm smart. I can handle things. All of a sudden, I'm Fredo.
I got to tell you, I don't do it much because I feel like, and maybe if I did it more, I'd get used to it and I would be able to be a little bit better about the flavors that I'm getting on the retrohale, to be able to describe them. But so many times I'll do a retrohale and I will get floral notes, which to me...
Is that like a consistent thing with you?
Yeah, it's a consistent thing with me.
Oh, then you have to do it more.
Yes.
Right? Because that's the thing that you're picking up the most of, but it might not be the thing that's actually correct.
Exactly.
To the cigar.
That's
interesting.
It's the first thing that hits me. It's like, why am I getting a floral note? Why am I getting a floral note? Happens 95% of the time I retrohale, but I retrohale only in front of Tony to show him that I can retrohale. Otherwise, I don't do it.
Now, this from Catelli, the Boxare, Boxare. I was trying to find the cigar. This cigar, the Habano, is not even on their website.
Really?
The Sumatra's on their website, which actually has the same type of band. And the Maduro's on their website, and people have talked about that in other places. Not this, not the Habano. I went searching, and I find that Catelli had the cigar out in 2013, but at that time, it was the Modella, and it was an Ecuadorian sun-grown Habano that was going on, Nicaraguan in the binder and the filler. This in the day was created in Eric Espinosa's factory out there in Esteli, so the La Zona factory. I'm not sure where this is. I know it's Habano because they told me it's Habano. It's actually on the cellophane Habano. So far, this is a very, very easy, simple cigar. There isn't the big spice thing that's happening. It's much more wood that's happening. I'm waiting to see if a richness develops underneath. Do we start getting some tobacco forward? Do we start getting some coffee notes? Do we start getting some other flavors to match?
It just really surprises me that if this stick came out in May, we're into August.
That's
right
how
now,
I have it. I see it as coming out in May.
That there's next to no information on this cigar on the internet. You would think by now, at least the folks at Half Wheel or somebody would have picked up on what the binder and the filler is and would have written something up on it.
I'm with you. We find this sometimes we're like a little bit of ahead of the curve. We're the first people doing it. And it's like, okay, if we're going to be the first, we're going to be the first. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they put it out there because they just wanted to see whether or not it would sell. Maybe they put it out there because they realized it isn't the cigar they want. And they're going to stick with their other line. But they made these cigars. Maybe it's just, it'll be up there tomorrow for all I know. As we're speaking right now, Catelli, it is not there. Catelli, Catelli, CatelliCigars.com. This is the Boxare. It is the yellow label. It is the Habano, 6x52 box press. We're going to keep smoking it. We'll tell you if it's in our humidor. I don't think I'm crazy. I think that there's just a crazy amount of recalls going on out there. An absolute crazy amount of recalls. I thought it was me. Am I just noticing it more? No. There's more recalls than ever before, Fingers Malloy.
Well, we did a survey, a lot of research over at the Fingers Malloy Institute of Institutes for Institutes.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah. And turns out we're just paying more attention to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part of the Institute for Institutes of Institutes is?
What's that?
Salad bar.
Ah, it's so true.
Eat, drink, smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. Where did I have the story right here?
It's from Southern Living.
That's the recall one. So this was a recall for ready-made meals sold at Kroger and Publix because they could have metal silvers. No, not silvers, slivers. Metal slivers.
If it has silver in it, I'm buying all of the ready-made meals.
So this group called UKROP, UKROP, their home-style foods, recalled ready-made meals prepared in aluminum baking pans because metal slivers may have contaminated the food. Their baked spaghetti, their chicken cobbler, their bread pudding. I'm going to stop right here. Fingers, Malloy. Fingers?
Yes.
I'm going to say this once.
Uh-huh.
I want you to look at me.
Okay.
Look at me.
I'm looking right at you.
I'm right here.
Yes.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Look at what movie is that from? Look at me. Look at it's from a movie.
Porky's 3.
That's it. I'm telling people right now, and I don't want to get angry with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy fingers,
Yes.
I promised myself I wouldn't yell. Fingers.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy baked spaghetti,
Okay.
I can't be your friend anymore. I'm sorry, I can't. No.
Wow.
No, you are not buying baked spaghetti. You are making it. Baked ziti, baked spaghetti. I don't care what the pasta is. We're talking about sauce, cheese, and in an oven. You will make it on your own, and you will make a giant thing of it, and then you'll portion it out after it cools, and then you freeze it, and then you pull it out of the freezer. It's the same thing. It costs you 1/10 of the amount of money. What are you even doing?
I can tell you. I can tell you what this is all about. There are times.
You are making me mad right now.
There are times I sit back in my Barca Lounger and I say to myself, I would love some baked spaghetti, but who has the time?
I'm so mad. I can't describe to you how angry I am.
Well, why buy any ready-made meals if that's the case?
I have no issue with the idea of the ready-made meal. I have an issue with why not make your own ready-made meal? There's a reason for everything. I get it. You didn't have it in there. You didn't have the time. Something happened. This one had a medical incident, whatever it is. Boom. I get it. But usually that should involve more ingredients than pasta and sauce, both of which are readily available.
True. But look at it this way. You have to boil the pasta, then you have to warm up the sauce, then you put it in the pan.
Hold up. Hold up. You know that there is pasta you can get, like lasagna. The ribbons, right? The large scale ribbons. No bake. I'm sorry, no cook. You just put them in there. And the sauce is what makes them soft. You don't even have to boil them.
Are they made of space age polymers?
And lifelong dreams. I couldn't think of anything. I had to reach. I had to reach pretty far for lifelong dreams. Come on. Dude, just do it once a month. Once a month, make like 2 pounds of pasta, get it in the big dish there, the aluminum foil thing, sauce it, mix it up, add some cheese, right? The bagged mozzarella cheese that's already shredded, boom-bitty-boppity-bip, add a little bit of ragut because, hey, who doesn't love a little bit of ragut? And then into the freezer and you're done. Done. But portion it first. Put it into smaller containers after it's done cooking. And then freeze. Put a little date on it. You're set.
Let's have some common ground here for a second.
You are really cruising.
Baked spaghetti is better than normal spaghetti on the old stovetop, right?
Yeah.
Are you saying no?
I guess it depends on what I'm doing.
I love baked spaghetti with traditional. I call it spaghetti sauce. You call it a bolognese.
Good bolognese. How dare you think I'm snooty for wanting meat in my sauce?
Then I like to mix it with Alfredo, and then bake it together.
Is that right?
Yes, and it's an old Malloy recipe going back to the.
So you like a rosé sauce, or do you like a vodka sauce?
I like. See, they've come out recently with this creamy sauce.
This is going to be terrible.
This creamy sauce. It comes in a jar, and it's made by Ragu. Have you heard of them? They do fine work.
Do you want to discuss the fact that the jarred sauces have gotten so good? So good. The idea of making your own sauce has become something of the past. And we still do it a little bit here. There are some things that we still make here. Well, certainly we doctor stuff up all the time. But Rayo's makes a great sauce. There's a host of. There is a sauce I think comes from Costco. Is it Victoria? Oh, I'll get the name of it. It's tremendous.
I wish I remembered the name of the sauce. I did a grocery pickup at my local grocery concern, or ordered everything on my computer, on my desktop for pickup later, and I just popped the trunk, and they threw in a little bag of samples. This has never happened before to me.
Really?
Free samples. There's like some snacks, and then they had a little tiny jar of pasta sauce. And I wish I remembered the name of it, but it looked pricey. Right. But it was just a sample jar, and the family tried it last night. They absolutely loved it.
It is nutty what has happened in that space. I get the people who are purists. There's nothing like the experience of letting the sauce simmer, right? And whether you call it sauce or whether you come from a certain part of the world, you call it gravy. I get that. That certain part of the world is Brooklyn or Staten Island. I get it. And that is an experience in of itself. And be able to cook with the kids and cook with the family, that stuff matters. And I'm not saying don't do that. But yeah, I'm not saying you have to make your own sauce. Jarred sauce and the pasta, and just make your own baked spaghetti. The idea that you're buying baked spaghetti, that's how we know that the world is coming to an end. That's how we need the sweet meteor of death.
Can't we just stick to the ready-made sauce in a jar? Do we have to go the step further and have everything ready-made for you? Is that what you're saying? It's 2026. Tony, we just don't have the time to cook anymore.
Utilize the ready-made stuff to create it on your own. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You're saying, you know what you're saying? This is what I'm getting out of this conversation. Is America, slow down a little bit.
Oh God, is that what you got out of this conversation?
That's what
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I must be saying it wrong. Let me try. Can I try? I'll try. I'm gonna try. Okay, here, let me try. America, stop being lazy bastards.
Whoa! Tony at eatdrinksmokeshow.com.
Oh, email me. I dare you. Dare you to email me. Buying store-made frozen baked spaghetti.
CC me in on that email, fingers at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. I want to see it.
God, that is just shameful as can be. Eat, Drink, Smoke It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. From Catelli Cigars, we're doing the Boxare, Boxare. Now, this is the Habano, 6x52. What's strange is that we found where they were having a release party for this, but I found that actually on Facebook. I have not been able to find out really much about the cigar. It's not even on their website. So I can't figure out if this is just a very, very new release. I think it was May of 2026, so just a few months ago. We found it at a local cigar shop near us here in Indianapolis called Blend, B-L-E-N-D, Blend a Bar Cigar. I can't find it. I haven't seen it anywhere. I didn't see any reviews on it or anything else. Their Maduro and their Sumatra, a couple other their cigars are out there. So this is pretty new. That cedar that you were getting, Fingers, absolutely from the beginning has subsided a touch. Yep. I've been wondering where the richness is. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a coffee? Is that actually a very light kind of cream that's going on? I don't know if I would necessarily say it's a nuttiness. There's not necessarily a tobacco forward, which I wouldn't mind at this point. If you gave me a little bit of tobacco forward, I'd be pretty excited. It's not a bad smoke. It's playing nice. I think a little bit of spice is picked up, just a touch on the sides of the tongue. But that's it. It's a 6x52 box press, by the way. A little bit light in the hand feel, but mine has not. I know you've had some touch-up issues.
Yes, I have.
I have not. I have been easy like Sunday morning.
So here's what's interesting to me about what you just said, because I do agree with you on how the cedar has kind of taken a step back as we've moved into the first third of the cigar. I'm getting close to the second third at this point. When I did retrohale, I got a little bit of cocoa. Other than that, I really haven't gotten much of a cocoa since. The pepper has kind of subsided as well. And now I'm starting to feel like that my coffee is overwhelming the cigar, that I'm not getting really much of anything out of this cigar at this point. There's very little pepper, like I said.
Really?
There's that cedar has really taken a step back.
Okay.
That richness that you're talking about, I can't put my finger on what that is either. But there aren't a lot of really, at this point, as we're going through the first third of the cigar, a lot of strong notes coming from it.
So you're saying for you, the level of flavor is so subtle. It did a fly is right there on your hand. A fly got in the studio.
I knew I should have washed my hand this week.
Now we have to move. What's going to happen? Sorry, I stepped all over your line. I stepped on your joke.
It's okay.
You want to say it again?
No, it wasn't.
We'll fix it in post.
There is no post.
Only
Zool.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You should watch that. It's a great movie. It's a real story.
Anyway, that richness that you're talking about that you can't put your finger on, I get that. I'm just not getting a whole heck of a lot from the stick now.
My point was, I don't feel like anything has been that subtle. And if coffee is overpowering it, I think that's very interesting that that's happening for you. That is to say that you really are not picking up. It's really, really slight if coffee is overwhelming in that regard, as opposed to finding the areas of pronouncement because there's some connectivity, right? It's the whole concept of if it grows together, it goes together, right? It's why coffee goes so well with a cigar. Very often you're talking about the same soil, which you would hear referred to as the terroir, that it's the same kind of attributes that you can kind of pick up on and correlate and connect to. So I'm sorry that you're having that experience. I can't say that I am. There is a little bit of spice, as I said, side of the tongue. There is still some cedar, definitely subsided. I've got Diet Coke.
Okay.
And also caffeine-free Diet Coke.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Don't I seem fine?
Yes, you do.
Whew.
What's odd is you had some Diet Coke a couple of weeks ago that actually had a little bit of a cherry.
You had some of that.
Yes.
Bought a 24-pack of Diet Coke, as we oft do, every single can. Like, I still have half of it in there. It was clearly part of the cherry Coke or cherry Diet. I don't even know if they do it. It was part of that whole line, and every single can had a little bit of cherry in it.
It was like that they made Diet Cherry Coke in a vat, and they didn't quite clean it out before they flipped a switch and said, let's make some regular Diet Coke. I'm making all this up. I've never been in.
The vat should be thrown away. I think that's what's key here. The question, Fingers, is on this Catelli Boxare, the Habano. Yellow band, by the way. Single band. Yellow band, a very unassuming band. Is this in your humidor, Fingers, for $13 a stick?
Boy. I have to do a hold.
You know what? 13 to 15.
A hold at this point. Because I'm not getting a lot out of this. And then if it were a situation where I'm not getting a lot out of it, but I'm still enjoying the experience, then I would say yes, absolutely. But the fact that I've had to touch this up a lot, it's making me lean towards no.
Yeah, I am a probably, because where I can see this cigar really working for people is people who are starting to build their palate. As you're starting to get into it, I could see this as a cigar where people are like, "Ooh, that's interesting," but it's not overwhelming. I'm going to chalk it up to your cigar, as opposed to how they're made. I'm really not having an issue here. I would say that there's a place for this, especially if you like a box press. It's definitely worth a try. Undoubtedly true.
Here's the other thing too. I feel like during our whole Festival of Habanos,
right?
This is the second stick where if you handed it to me and said, smoke this, and then asked me what the wrapper was, I never in a million years would say this is a Habano.
Oh, I forget, what did we do first? It wasn't the Decenio, which wasn't a Habano. It wasn't the Malpensante. We just did that last week. Oh gosh, it's now eluding me. But I get your point. We are used to Habanos having that much bigger spice profile, and there have been a couple that haven't, and we didn't search them out to not have that profile. We thought we'd get some of that and then see how it mixed, morphed, moved, etc. Interesting.
Well, I've said it on several occasions, Tony. Don't judge a book by its wrapper.
That is exactly what you have said. I'm telling you, 13 to 15, I think there is a place for this. I think that there are people who can find this. And I'm wondering, as we get into the second, third, whether or not things are going to change. Now, by the way, we talk about the thirds of the cigar. You want to take your cigar, get out a notebook. What did you eat today? What did you drink today? The weather. We've got humidity in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then you want to take the cigar and you want to break it up into thirds. First third, second third, and final third. That's what you want to do. The final third is where you're smoking from that cap end where you cut. And then you write down the flavors, right? What are the flavors you're getting out of the cigar? Doesn't matter how weird, doesn't matter how esoteric, doesn't matter how base. When you try that cigar a month from now, 6 months from now, you do it again, you go back, you check your notes, get an idea of your through line, the flavors you really got out of this. I do think that for people trying to build their palate, I think this offers some really unique opportunity for them.
And at a good price point.
13 to 15 is a good price point these days.
Yeah.
Because I think this is going to be a 90-minute smoke for most people.
Yeah, because you mentioned at one point you've seen it for as low as 12.
Yeah.
You're handing someone a $12 stick. Listen, I'm not saying $12 isn't a lot of money, but in the cigar world, you hand someone...
It used to be a lot of money.
Yeah. You hand someone a $12 cigar and they don't smoke the whole thing, it's not going to drive you insane. So if you're handing it to a newbie and they're like, this isn't for me.
I have people here, I have clients here, and I do a lot of meetings here, and I've handed people, I buy by the box when I find them, the Padron 50 year, which is one of my all-time favorites. The Maduro is something special, I think, and that is $50 a stick, 50, $50 a stick. I buy them by the box, and the box is 50. 25 and 25 natural, 25 Maduro. Yeah, I write the check. And the other day I had 2 people here and that's what we smoked. And one of the guys left half of it. I seriously considered picking it up. I controlled myself and I said, grown men don't do that. And I didn't do it. But I did put a curse on his children. That is true.
Sorry about that. I had a lot of Starburst before I started smoking it.
That's always a problem. Starburst. Not a fan. Oh. Skittles are worse, though. Spent so much time talking about cigars, we forgot to talk about the news of the week. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And every week we bring you the news of the week where Johnny Good News himself, Fingers Malloy, known as America's happy hour anchorman.
That's me.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
He brings you the news that you won't hear anywhere else if you never open your phone or watch TV.
That's also me.
What do you got for news of the week?
Oh, Tony.
Oh, come on.
This is just a story. I don't understand people.
Okay.
And I don't understand embracing what is to come when it comes to robo-taxis. Amazon's new service, it's called Zoox.
As in Gad?
Yes. Said Wednesday it will start offering paid robo-taxi rides in Las Vegas, Nevada, beginning August 10th. They are trying to compete with Alphabet's Waymo. So you're sitting there and you want an Uber, but you're like, you know what? I would like an Uber, but I don't want one of those drivers that like to talk and veer through traffic somewhat safely. I want a vehicle that's going to show up with no driver at all.
I'm with you. When I was last in Vegas, I saw these things, and I said that is not how I want to go. And I don't care how you define the word "go." The answer is yes. I'm still with it. I don't understand it at all. I don't know how you can feel comfortable in that. I don't know how you have faith in that. Now, I've met some of the people who drive my Ubers. I'm not so sure I have faith in them either. Maybe that's why I have a lower Uber score than you.
That is true.
I have not been in an Uber in so long.
No?
No, when's the last time I did an Uber? Oh, I have not done an Uber. Wait, have I done an Uber? No, I have not done an Uber in 2026. When would I have done one? Where did I go? I mean, when I went to visit my mother, I rented a car. I haven't done any other traveling. Where did I go that I used an Uber?
Well, at the beginning of the year, you did go to Washington, D.C. Did you use an Uber there?
I definitely did use an Uber there. That is correct. I did go to Washington,
and
D.C.
I'm sure, based on the fact that before you went on that trip, you opened the app and looked at your Uber score and said, Tony? Do you call yourself Tony or do you call yourself Self?
Mr. Katz.
Oh, Mr. Katz? It's time for me to raise my Uber score. And so I'm sure you were pleasant, even more pleasant, just to be able to raise that Uber score to where you could compete with mine.
I got in the car. I slammed the door. I threw my drink on the floor. And I said, where are my sandwiches? If I could have done all that without laughing, that would have been fantastic.
Well, I'm in Detroit this weekend.
Ah, yes, you are.
And I thought for a split second that I was going to have to utilize the Uber service. But I am staying at a hotel very close to the venue where I'm seeing a concert. And so I will be able to walk.
We're both doing concerts this week. It's rare. I'm not a big concert guy. You are. Mm-hmm. You enjoy a good concert. Some people live and die by the concert. They're at a concert all the time. Always concerts. Nonstop concerts. 24/7 concerts. I don't know where they get the time or the money.
Are you not going to say who you're going to see?
Oh, yes. We're both going to discuss who we're going to see.
Oh, okay.
This is a difference between Fingers Malloy and I. Although we both could easily have gone to the other show.
Absolutely.
Right? In this case. Fingers, who are you going to see this weekend in Detroit, Michigan, where we are heard on AM 910 Superstation 910.
Yes.
910 Superstation. Love those people. They're great people. Thank you, guys.
I am going to go to Ford Field.
The Ford Field. Is that where the high-flying Detroit Lions play their footballs?
Yes, but not on this evening. By the time everyone is hearing this concert is already going to pass. I'm going to fight Foo. I'm going to go see the Foo Fighters along with Queens of the Stone Age, and I'm not mentioning the other band's name on the air.
Literally can't pronounce the name on the radio show. Cannot be said. It involves a mannequin. I'm leaving it right there. And it's not Kim Cattrall. That's the only thing I can tell you. I know. Disappointing.
That is disappointing.
So you're going to see the Foo Fighters?
Yes, I'm going to see Foo Fighters.
You have seen them before?
Yes, but I'm going with my brother and sister-in-law. And my brother-in-law, this is a bucket list concert for him. So I'm very excited. The only thing that I'm not excited about, I love Ford Field. I love Detroit. Well, the crowds, I'm not excited about the crowds, but August show, it should be outdoors. I wish it were outdoors. I wish it were at Comerica Park across the street.
Right.
But it's at
Is that
Ford
where
Field.
the high-flying Detroit Tigers play play baseball?
Yeah, play
basketball.
Yes. Or they try to. But I wish we were outside. You're going to an outside show.
I am going to an amphitheater. Theater. Where I will see the finest musical stylings of Weird Al. Right? This is 2 years in a row. I've done one concert. But that's a lot for me. I don't enjoy the concerts. I don't enjoy. I don't know what it is. I have no issue with music. It's just I'm not always an enjoyer of the concert scene. So I'd gotten 4 tickets, and we have very good tickets because I am who I am. And my wife and I were like, who do you want to go with? And all of a sudden, our kids, adult kids, are like, we want to see Weird Al. So we're going with them.
Isn't it crazy?
It's insane.
I would love to. You talk about an act that you definitely going in can say, man, that is going. You're going to see people who are 70 and people who are 13. It's a Weird Al show.
I'm looking forward to it. Do they have good snacks over there where I'm going?
Oh yeah, and they're reasonably priced.
Ooh, I do love a reasonably priced snack. So neither one of us is going to take the driverless machine to get to the show.
No, and I almost feel like, though, when it comes to a Las Vegas robo-taxi, people are so in the bag that they're almost going to treat it like a Seinfeld bit when he talks about taxi drivers in New York City, where it's almost like you're watching a TV show. You're not actually in the vehicle.
Right.
Like, oh my God, whoa, I can't believe it made that move. Oh, I wonder if it's going to veer away from that pedestrian. Time will tell.
So every moment in one of these things is an out-of-body experience.
Yeah, pretty much. I did see a
where you're narrating your own death.
I did see a Vegas influencer get into one of these. You know how I like to monitor social media outrage, but also I like to monitor the influencers.
Right.
The Vegas influencer got into one of these, and on the inside, it reminded me of an enclosed Ferris wheel car.
Okay.
We're just jumping back and forth, plastic seats. Seat belts be damned. Just going back and forth.
They have seatbelts, right?
I would hope so. I would hope so. I would be wearing one, and I'm not. When you're in the back seat of a vehicle of an Uber, do you put on the seatbelt?
Yes, I do now. I didn't always, but I forget where I was going. I was like, you know what? This is not right of me. This is dumb. I'm going to go put on a seatbelt right now. I went click, and that's when my rating went down.
Right? I got to tell you, I never put a seatbelt on when I'm in the back seat of a vehicle.
Really?
Yeah. Front seat, absolutely, because of Johnny Law. But the back seat, no. I never.
Oh, I don't believe in seatbelt laws at all. There should be no seatbelt
they're
laws
real.
whatsoever. I know.
Swear to God.
You can't not talk that long. It's radio. You're watching me laugh like we're just hanging out. There's a show going on.
But people are hearing you laugh.
Oh,
and I'm
my
just
gosh.
sitting back enjoying the whole thing.
Oh, that's really good. Yes, they're real. You win this round. But I don't think that there should be seatbelt laws. You don't wear a seatbelt, don't wear a seatbelt. You fly through the window, you fly through the window. What is it? No skin off my nose. Skin off your nose, you flew through the window.
Sha-la-la-la.
I'm just saying, why can't we just let people be responsible for themselves? Why are we nannying them?
You know what? There should be a law against nannying.
Rarely do I agree with such a statement. But if that's what it takes, maybe I'm in. Or we can stop being nannies. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. Booker No is one of the great names in bourbon history. He was the 6th generation distiller for Jim Beam. And it's for Booker No that you get Booker's, an absolutely fantastic bourbon. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz, and that right there is America's favorite amateur drinker, Fingers Malloy. And in my Costco shopping, I came across this bottle of Booker's and something called the Milkshake Batch. And this milkshake, I am told, does indeed bring all the boys to the yard. I'll give myself the applause. I don't need any. You're welcome.
I was going to use that when we were going to the nose.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. So you beat me to the
Did
punch.
I?
That's okay.
It
was low hanging fruit.
Pretend I didn't say anything. You try it later. We'll see which one the people like more.
All right. We'll see.
This is a tradition that Booker No had, where he liked to make homemade chocolate malted milkshakes, and he liked to add just a little bit of bourbon.
Again, yes, absolutely. Good for him.
Perfect. So Booker's, of course, has a lot of different versions. This one is the Milkshake Batch. This comes in at 62.2% alcohol by volume, or 124.4 proof.
Good Lord.
Incredible. 7 years, 6 months, 12 days aged.
12 days?
12 days.
14.
If you're looking for the batch number, it's 2026-02, the Milkshake Batch right here. It is pretty looking right there for sure. It is, first of all, the color of which is starting to play into the copper, like the color a lot. As for the viscosity, is it sticking to the glass? Not really. Not really. Looks a little thin when it comes to the glass. And as for the nose,
You know what I'll say about this nose?
that's freaking delightful.
It brings the boys to the yard.
Not bad. I'm sorry I didn't think of that.
Wow.
There's no ethanol.
No.
124.4 proof. There is zero ethanol on this kitten right there.
That is so nice.
There's so much good oak going on.
Yep.
So much good oak happening right there.
And okay, I'm getting vanilla.
Yeah, you are. You're not
The
crazy.
oak. And I got to tell you, I don't know at this point, and I don't know if it's just because they're between the coffee, the cigar, I'm not getting a lot more than just the vanilla and the oak.
Okay. I think that there is a bit of a bready going on. There is a bit of, you're going to freak out. There's a bit of a Guinness. There is a porter thing going on. Whether you want to call it a little bit chocolatey or a little bit of richness or almost a little bit of malt. I'm calling it a breadiness. That is super nice. Oh,
gosh, you would.
Gorgeous nose.
Tony, I don't know if it's just because we've been doing this for 8 years and I'm not nearly as phased by high proof bourbon as I used to be.
This is out of control.
There's no way that this smells like on the nose that it is over 100 proof.
This is from Booker's, right? This is from the glorious world of the Beamers. That's what I call the Jim Beam people. I call them the Beamers when you're close. Coming in 124.4 proof. Fingers Malloy, enough sniffing. Are you ready for this?
Oh, dear Lord, I've been ready for this all day.
Fingers Malloy is about to do what's known as the Kentucky Chew, moving the juice around the palate, getting a feel for the flavors. I'm a believer in the 2 sips methodology. The first sip to set the taste buds, the second sip to get a real idea of the flavors. Fingers, what say you? Oh, now it's 124.4 proof.
Ooh, Nelson. But for me, it's all in the mouth.
Yeah.
There's a nice bit of sting. There's pepper. There's that vanilla that we brought up earlier. Nice bit of oak. Man, that's some nice heat. And it hits you right mid to front of the tongue. Starting to get a nice gentle warmth in the chest. That is, and again, this is the second time where I've had like a little bit of chocolate on the finish, which, see if that makes sense, with the milkshake, chocolate milkshake. That may just be a little thing that was a seed that was planted in my head. Yeah, so there we go. I would love to see what your take is on this.
I'm going in the Booker's Batch 2026-02, the Milkshake Batch, coming in at 124.4 proof in the official Eat, Drink, Smoke Kinsey glass. Here we go.
He's going in, ladies and gentlemen, and he's doing what we like to call the Saginaw Swish, the Memphis Munch, the Kentucky Chew. Yeah.
Oh, back of the throat. I'm going back in.
Oh, he's doing his 2-sip methodology. Going back in, ladies and gentlemen, because let's face it, this is worth going in for seconds.
Okay, you want the assessment?
Sure.
That's the best bourbon we've had all year. That's unbelievable.
I was going to say this is list worthy.
That's not good. That's not great. That's unbelievable. 124.4, my butt. Yes. Sting in the mouth, on the tongue. Sting in the cheek. Sting on the lips. Felt it in the back of the throat. Right now, after all that, slight heat, center chest. You can actually feel it kind of pouring down, the heat. Oh, oak, vanilla, almost a vanilla custard going on. More than I would say a chocolate, but I get your point.
On the finish.
Because, the chocolate, if you will, is on the tongue. If I even call that chocolate, that's on the tongue, and it's just laying kind of flat. A slightest touch of bitter at the end. Holy mackerel.
Costco. You got it at Costco.
That is fantastic. That's fantastic. It's fantastic. It is fantastic, Fingers Malloy.
Run out and buy a bottle.
Is it in your liquor cabinet? Because this is what I paid for it. Is it in your liquor cabinet for $99?
Yes. Me. I'm the value guy. That's in my liquor cabinet at $99.
It's unquestionable. And I don't know if they'll have any more, but I will go back and I will. I will make sure that the liquor cabinet
came in a really cool box too.
Yeah, the same Booker's box you see all the time with the wood box and it's burned Booker's on the side. Really beautiful. Beautiful application. 124.4. You have no idea of no idea of knowing.
Well, right now I feel like we're going to have to paper, scissors, rock. Have we ever in the history of Eat, Drink, Smoke both had a bourbon on our top 3 list. Same bourbon. I don't know if that's ever happened.
We've never had the same number 1. Maybe we have had the same thing. That is a maybe somewhere else. Maybe. But in all these years, if it's happened once somewhere on the list, that's outstanding.
And I feel like we've had a good year so far.
We really have.
And this is really good.
It has been an excellent year. Last year, I got to say, not the best year.
Right.
This year, nuts. We said it last week. It has been proven true this week. Pumpkin spice season is here. We now turn to pumpkin spice correspondent Fingers Malloy for more. Fingers?
White women. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Fingers Malloy along with Tony Katz. Find everything we do over at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. YouTube is where you can find our videos. Every segment we do, every podcast, you can see it on YouTube. Just find Eat, Drink, Smoke on YouTube. You okay?
I mean, you're not wrong. Pumpkin spice. Starbucks announcing the new pumpkin spice latte return date. New fall drinks on the menu. It's going to return to stores later in August.
Do we have an exact date?
I do not believe we have an exact date, but things are moving so quickly that Easter decorations will be out in September.
That is true. Actually, the classic pumpkin spice latte returns August 25th. So if a white girl does not see a pumpkin spice latte on August 25th, much like Groundhog Day, 6 more weeks of summer. It's a true story. Look it up.
Oh my God.
We discovered this at the Fingers Malloy Institute of Institutes for Institutes.
Oh, dear Lord. Also joining the menu is the chicken bacon protein pocket.
What?
And hedgehog cake pops.
Okay. This is...
By the way, if you do not order that as, I'll take 2 Ron Jeremy's, please.
Today's show's a real banger. It really is. It really is.
Oh my God.
I know you're not usually a Starbucks person.
I'm actually crying. I apologize.
I know you're not actually a Starbucks person.
No.
I'm not either. But Agnes Jr. and Agnes III, they all like Starbucks.
Right.
I have been in quite a few Starbucks over the years.
Is that right? Just hanging out?
Yeah, you know.
Surveying the people?
Exactly.
Telling your observations?
I often say I'm a simple blue-collar Joe. I'm also a man of the people.
That's fact.
So I like to sit in Starbucks with my laptop pretending to work.
Writing your screenplay?
Yes, exactly. Fingers Malloy, the musical. Coming to off Broadway in 2029.
Music by Philip Glass.
Steen.
Nice. That's a Rodgers and Hammerstein joke. That is nice.
But
or would it be Hammerstein? No, it's Hammerstein. Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Steiner-Steen. We're going to go in it.
You would think that I would be the guy who knows the difference. My gosh. And someone's going to write us and say, this whole thing is anti-Semitic, and we're going to write back, stop it. So send your emails to Aaron Yisrael Ben Label at yahoo.com.
Wow. Have you...
Actually, my Hebrew name. True story.
Oh. Ordering food at Starbucks?
Food?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I've had the egg bites before. They have the turkey, egg, and cheese on basically an English muffin. It's basically their version of an Egg McMuffin. Yeah, it's good.
So it's all...
It's turkey bacon, egg, and cheese.
Okay. I'm saying this ahead of time. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. We've been warned.
Do they just ship this stuff to Starbucks frozen and they pop it in a microwave and hand it to you?
They pop it in like a quick oven is what they do.
Yeah, you know what they call those? Yeah. Microwaves.
Yeah, but it's not a microwave.
It's not a microwave.
It's not a microwave.
So they've got some sort of easy bake
Correct.
oven that they throw
High powered.
pastries in there. They're flash baked, and they're
Works
served
on
to
nuclear power. That's correct.
They serve it to you in a wrapper,
Brutally burning hot.
like the coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever ordered your coffee extra hot?
No,
There are people who do that.
I didn't think that was actually allowed.
You can order it extra hot.
Because Starbucks, usually a lot of these coffee houses, they make sure not to serve it to you extra hot because they don't want to be sued if it happens to get lap curious.
No, Starbucks figures come at us. We don't care. 92 billion locations. You give us $6, we'll scald you for life.
And we've got some of the best lawyers in the industry, the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Right. Excellent. They do excellent work. So you won't be there for the pumpkin spice?
Is there any escape?
No.
There's no, I posted this picture and we talked about it last week on the show. If you missed any of it, of course, find Eat, Drink, Smoke on your favorite podcast platform. I was minding my own business, going through the grocery store, and went to get some coffee creamer, and one whole half of a coffee cream cooler was filled with pumpkin spice creamer. And it was July.
Do you do flavored creamers at all?
No. Sweet cream. That's it.
Sweet cream happens to be good. I went through a phase of doing that. I don't. It's way too much. My mother does French vanilla.
Okay.
And the coffee is 3/4 French vanilla. It is it's insane. It's too much. It's too sweet. It's way too overwhelming.
That and this sounds ridiculous coming from me. I know, because 3/4 of my food that I consume is purchased at a gas station.
Gas station or vending machine. This
Yes,
is accurate.
That's true. The coffee creamer that has 1/3 of the bottle filled with some sort of oil in it.
Right.
It's not actually. That's what I feel like most of the flavored creamers, they're like that. They have some sort of vegetable oil or palm oil or something like that. And that, I'm just like, you know what? I've already had 2 honey buns today. Do I really need my yearly allotment of palm oil?
Well,
in
and
my
help
cup of
things, exit smoother. You really need that Teflon coating
It's true. It's very true. Are you
through the small intestine.
But are you a creamer snob?
No. We get our creamer from Costco.
Really?
Yeah, actually, half and half.
Oh,
That's
so you
what I
just
use.
put half and half in like some Splenda or something?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Now you can do the heavy cream thing, and it is good, but it becomes too much on my system. Like, it messes me up bad. It's like, if you want a treat at Starbucks, and you can get this at other coffee places, get a breve. So instead of like an Americano is hot water and they add espresso, the breve, if I have it right, it's half and half, or it's heavy cream that they steam, and then they add the coffee to it. It's creamy, delicious. It's great. You can get it anywhere, but you can't get it at Starbucks. Like that, I used to enjoy those, and then realized I was talking about 92 billion calories, and my body said, "We can't do this anymore, cats."
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Here's where I step out of my blue collar Joe routine. Agnes Jr. has gotten me into using a frother.
Is that right?
Yeah, frother with the cream.
So you do first?
Yeah, I
So you get a
actually
little bit of foam on top.
I actually put the creamer in first and I froth it, and then I pour the coffee on top, and then it will still rise, and I'll have a little bit of froth on the top.
When that happens, do you feel like you're drinking coffee from international coffees?
Yes, I feel like a sophisticado is what that's how I feel. Yeah.
Is your pinky out?
Well, it's always out.
Do you talk about the markets when you drink the coffee?
Buy, sell, buy. Enron.
Right. Always a good bet. Eat, Drink, Smoke. It is your cigar, bourbon, foodie extravaganza. I'm Tony Katz. That is America's favorite amateur drinker. Fingers Malloy. We're smoking. We're drinking. Life is pretty good. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. This from Catelli Cigars. This is the Boxare, Boxare Habano. Now, this is pretty new. It's not even on their website. 6x52 Habano, a wrapper, coming in between $13 and $15 a stick, box press. I'm in the second third. I am in the middle of the second third of the cigar. I haven't had to touch it up much. It has been very, very easy for me. The spice has not been massive at all. The cedar that started has a little bit subsided. I'm wondering if I'm starting to get a little bit of tobacco out of it, a little bit of tobacco forward, which is something that I do like. It has not morphed, except for things subsiding. It has not morphed, has not moved. Again, I'm going to stick with, for somebody who wants to expand their palate, really just getting into cigars, and they've tried some things and they want to just play a little bit, get an idea of what some of these flavors can be. I think this works. I think it's smoking well. The draw has been nice on this. I think the construction is just fine, not blowing me away, but just fine. And I can see it as a $13 to $15 cigar.
So the cedar has subsided, that note. I agree with you on that. I am really halfway through the cigar at this point. The one thing that I have noticed is I'm getting a little bit more of like a spice that is sticking and it's staying in the back of my throat. So it has changed a little bit for me. But other than that, there haven't been a lot of notes other than the beginning of the first third that really kind of hit me. Everything's kind of taken a step back. And I'm fine with that, especially if it's a low maintenance stick. I'll have to smoke a couple more of these to completely rule it out in my humidor. Maybe it's just, luck of the draw. I've had to touch this up probably 20 times since we've started the show.
Yeah, that's not good. But I'm going to say it's specifically that one. Like, I'm touching mine up right now, but like I don't think this has been often. I don't recall doing it constantly.
Yeah, I could see starting my morning off with this stick.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, usually I'm like a lot of people that like to start off the morning. If I know I'm going to have a few cigars during the day, like if it's football season, I know I'm going to be in the garage all day and I'm going to have 3 cigars. I like to start off with a Connecticut. But this would be a fine cigar, I believe, just to start in the morning if it's low maintenance and stuff like that. With a cup of coffee. Yeah, absolutely.
$13, $15 a stick. Go for it. We are drinking from Booker's the Milkshake Batch, coming in at 124.4 proof. Booker's, of course, a small batch bourbon collection. It is absolutely stupendous. It was incredible. Right now, it is leading my world for the bourbon of the year. In my top 3. It's spectacular. The oak is there. The vanilla is there. Very classic bourbon. No ethanol. Fingers. It's terrific.
Yeah, I'm scared to monkey with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was darn near perfect, neat. You get that pepper at the end too. And then I got a little bit of chocolate on the finish as well. You said you didn't really get that. No. But it's wonderful. And me, I really do my best to stay under $50 a bottle, even though in this economy, you got to start reevaluating some things. But $99 for this, I wouldn't hesitate to buy a bottle.
$99.99. The answer is unquestionably. Now I've added a couple of rocks to a rocks glass, and I pour that in right there. We go. My Kinsey glass, and we give this a go. What ice does is ice brings down proof, right? Water brings down proof. That's what it does. Some flavors become more pronounced, some more muted. You're about adding water as Fingers does, ice as I do. It's about opening up the bourbon, seeing what other flavors are there. You want to try it in all the ways. You don't know what you like until you try it in all the ways. Something you don't like neat, you might like on a cube. And this is a great experiment to do. So I'm going in the Booker's. This is the Milkshake Batch, coming in at 124.4 proof. Here I go.
He's going back in, ladies and gentlemen. He's got some ice, and he's doing the Saginaw Swish. Yeah, better.
It cut some of the hey, how are you? But the sting is still there on the tongue. The flavors are still there. They are not. Maybe they're slightly muted, but they're not gone. That is a pleasant. That's better than pleasant. That's just delicious. That's really that good. Heat now a little faster into the chest, I would say.
So either you're used to it or you definitely didn't have that same reaction that you did neat. When it first hit your palate.
I was like, hey, I was aware that I was alive.
Yeah.
At that moment. Fingers, you added a little bit of water to yours, going in right there. Again, try it all the ways, guys. Oh, a little more heat into the center chest. He's moving it around. Yeah, still.
Yeah, but it's all good. it's all good. But again, that to me, it's that pepper that when you go a little bit of a wince, it isn't, oh my gosh, that's 100 and over 120 proof. It's not that. It's just that pepper hits you. But like you said, the vanilla is there. That oak is there. Again, I'm getting a little bit chocolate on the finish. It's wonderful. And it's not often that I say, run and get a bottle of this. Run and get a bottle of this.
It is absolutely that good. It's time, Fingers Malloy, for news of the week.
Oh, Tony.
Yes, Fingers.
There's this lawsuit.
Oh,
have you? We usually champion Buc-ee's.
Yes.
Love the Buc-ee's. They're going after this Ohio mini-mart over their beaver logo branding, alleging trademark infringement. It is this small little mini-mart in Ohio, and it's in a town called Beaver Creek.
Right.
So they have a beaver as part of their logo. It looks nothing like the Buc-ee's beaver.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're in Beaver Creek, which the town folk there say that in Beaver Creek, half the community they're beaver crazy. So there are beavers everywhere. Buc-ee's is going after them, saying, "Hey, you know what? We own beaver, is what we do," and so they're going after them for trademark infringement.
Okay. This is the thing that has John Oliver creating a Buc-ee's type logo, and he's calling it Buck Off. Right? I believe in creating an AI version of John Oliver looking like a beaver, and we should call it Jerk Off.
Oh.
That's my, oh, God, pompous, pretentious. It is nuts. I'm looking for this logo. Where will I find the logo of this store?
How is that not in this story? Fox Business has the story.
I know. I'm going to look for the Beaver's Mini Mart right here.
But it's the beaver standing up. The Buc-ee's beaver, it's kind of a close up of just the beaver's head.
Oh, there's the Beaver Mini Mart. Okay, there it is right there. I would have left this alone. I would have absolutely. We'll post this over eatdrinksmokeshow.com here. I just posted it for you, Fingers. You can go grab it in our little sheet there. I would have left this alone. I don't think this would have hurt you. I don't think that this would have confused anybody. I think it would have been fine. Some things aren't worth the fight. You don't create bad blood over that. Protective of the brand, sure. Silly with the brand, problematic.
Here's my problem. Mm-hmm. I don't like bullies.
I don't think that's what they're doing.
It seems kind of bullyish. I mean, really, you're going after a mini mart in Beaver Creek because they have a beaver that looks nothing like your beaver?
I'm telling you that they have a job to do in protecting their brand, protecting their logo. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that at all. I think that if they had thought about it a little more, they'd be like, this isn't worth the hassle. But if you don't do it, how many more people start utilizing what is your brand? Worthy discussion. You've got questions. We've got maybe an answer. No one really knows for sure. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke. I'm Tony Katz. That's Fingers Malloy. Find everything at eatdrinksmokeshow.com. Fingers, who wrote? What are they asking?
So Brad reached out to us.
Brad.
And through the listener feedback over.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
What's that from? Oh, Pulp Fiction.
Thank you.
Yeah, there it is. Brad writes, I bought an old lake house as is and discovered 2 sealed and boxed old Fitzgerald Prime Rip Van Winkle decanters of bourbon in one of the closets. I understand they are valuable, especially in this condition. Do you know of a source that can auction these for me? I have pics. Any help would be appreciated.
Okay.
Thanks in advance.
It's a solid question. First, we are assuming that the decanters are full. That's the first thing. So there's a difference between something in it versus just the decanter. The answer to the question is no. I have no idea where you can sell it because the issue that you have, Brad, is the law. You're trying to sell bourbon. And I'm no expert. Wait, hold on. We're somewhat of an expert. No, wait. We know things. We've both seen 3 episodes of Matlock. The government does not look kindly upon individuals just selling bourbon. So the question before us is, where possibly could you sell something like this? And the only answer that I know of that would be remotely acceptable is you're going to have to cold call auction houses and see what the rules are. Because when you're dealing with an alcoholic beverage, you can't just say for sale. You have to be somebody who is licensed by the state. Now, we can get into a whole conversation about licensing if you want. But in the end, drink it.
Oh.
Drink it. That's my first bit of advice. But the answer is it's to call auction houses. Because just because something has sold doesn't mean that there's still a market for it. Doesn't mean that I don't know if there is a 3-digit, 4-digit, 5-digit, 6-digit, or 7-digit market for this. I took a look on some things on eBay, of course, but eBay is only going to show you the empty decanters. That's all it's going to show you. They're not going to share with you anything else that, you could then sell with any bourbon or whiskey in it.
Okay, that's one answer. Here's another answer.
Go for it.
Brad, you buy yourself a trench coat.
Wow, this is already too difficult. Also, fingers at eatdrinksmokeshow.com, ATF.
You buy yourself a trench coat, Brad.
I'm not even in the room when this is happening. I'm going to now walk away.
You go to a list site. We'll say Craigslist. And what you do is you take a picture of you in the trench coat holding a decanter as you're sliding it in to the inner pocket of the trench coat there.
It's like nothing's happening in my life. I don't hear anything at all.
And you use a fake name and an email address that you just created 30 seconds ago. If that doesn't work, I recommend GeoCities. GeoCities, America's marketplace.
GeoCities, Paul. Bravo.
Thank you.
That's really good. That's terrible advice. Don't do any of that. Of course, Fingers Malloy was kidding, ATF. We would never recommend that somebody sell bourbon illegally. That would be wrong.
Make sure it is a khaki-colored trench coat.
You're also going to need some brown paper bags. Maybe an old burlap sack.
Maybe don't take legal advice from someone named Fingers Malloy.
The more you know. Yeah, you can't. That's the end of the conversation. I feel bad about saying that, but there's no way that I know of to do such a thing, and I wouldn't give advice on doing it. Auction houses is where I would start because they would know these rules, and there might be rules that apply here differently than maybe a mass sale of alcohol. But yeah, you're in the place of throwing a party and opening that stuff up, and maybe it's good and maybe it's not, and everybody's going to find out. And honestly, is the story worth more than the money? The answer usually is no, but I think the story is all you're going to get.
It reminds me of the time, Tony, you experienced this with me on Eat, Drink, Smoke, where I opened up a $50-year-old bottle of Seagrams.
Yes, you did.
And it tasted like 50-year-old Seagrams.
We wish it tasted like 50-year-old Seagrams. It did not.
What are you going to do? Well, I hope we helped you,
It tasted like 50-year-old colonoscopy. Just so we get, yeah, I really wish I had better for him.
Yeah,
I did. I do not. You had something about an airline, which I said that's not actually possible fingers. You were talking about something you had come across in your research. I'm like, there's no way airlines have decided we can squeeze $10 more out of somebody by making their flight impossible.
Well, here's the situation, Tony.
My parents went away on a week's vacation.
And did you get the keys to a car?
I don't remember the rest.
A brand new Porsche. Would they mind? Well, of course not.
Oh, is that the lyric?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this story is from Wellington, New Zealand, but it's about a budget Australian airline called Jetstar.
Okay.
They are going to start charging passengers carry-on bags in the overhead compartments beginning in February 2027. Why are we bringing this up? It's a trial balloon. If airlines see this happen and it's in Australia and people don't kick up a huge fuss over it, you may start seeing this creep into America with American Airlines. Not specifically American Airlines, but just airlines in general in the United States.
We are 2 years away from airlines requiring everybody to fly naked. And
you'd be in your birthday suit.
Right, there it is. So, see, still a suit.
Did I step on? Were you?
No, I wasn't. So that was excellent.
Well, thank you.
But you're not going to believe where you have to stow your belongings. We're moments away. This is insane. And I get that it's a budget airline. There comes a moment, kids. There comes a moment.
There comes a moment when it's not a budget airline anymore. Mm-hmm. When you nickel and dime people from anywhere from priority boarding to seat selection to now, if you have a bag, they're still going to allow you to bring on a smaller bag that fits underneath the seat, and that will be no charge. But my goodness, I mean, I very rarely do a carry-on bag just because I like to check the bag and not have to worry about lugging it to the gate. And I just rather, and for some
everybody
airlines,
else wants to carry on all their luggage.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to pay the fees. They don't want to deal with it.
And they don't want to wait sometimes 45 minutes at the carousel for their bag to come out busted wide open. I get that. But how are you going to sneak your cigar torch lighter on your carry-on bag when we can check it and hope that it gets by?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. You know, I certainly didn't hear any part of that at all.
In a trench coat.
Airlines. Well, clearly in a trench coat. This cigar, Boxare Habano, 6x52 box press, $13 to $15 a stick. It's a nice cigar. Actually, in this final third, it has picked up in intensity a little bit. It has.
Yeah.
It's a nice piece. It's a nicely done cigar, not overwhelming by any measure. If you want to start expanding the palate, I think this is a nice way to go. Boxare, Boxare from Catelli Cigars. But this Booker's, what they call the Milkshake Batch, 124.4 proof, it's outstanding. Neat on a cube. It is absolutely outstanding. That is going to be on a list. I got it at Costco, $99.99.
What about in a milkshake?
Oh, I would never put this in a milkshake.
Yeah.
Bourbon in a milkshake all day. Now, you'll excuse me, everybody. I'm going to go kill this fly that's in our studio. It is driving me nuts. It's on your microphone right now. It's Eat, Drink, Smoke.